Hello and welcome back to Being Dreams, where I talk about the dream that I had the night before. So we're out in Italy and we're walking around. It's like me, I think it might have been like my mom or something, in a group of people, and we're like, hey, me and my mom are gonna break off, and walk by ourselves, and we know there's like this park area and we want to go over there. And they're like, oh, okay. So we go, context later on is we get on an elevator to get to this park. So we go to this park and I'm noticing as we're walking along that the water next to us is getting like really mucky. Like it's like all green, it's got moss everywhere, and I'm like, man, this looks like a river I know in Ohio. Like, this looks super familiar. And, I'm talking to my mom and I was like, this looks like the exact park near where I grew up. And she's looking around and she's like, yeah, it is a little weird that the water's like a different color. And we look down this river and we realize, man, there's like a divide going on here. Like, you could see where it stops being mossy, and you could see where it just, like, immediately goes clear, almost like the water does, and then you can see out from that, you can see this, like, really old town, and, I don't know, it looks like pictures of Italy. I don't know, I've never been to Italy, but, I mean, that's what it looked like, and I was like, man, this is, like, super strange, and we ended up getting a phone call, and the rest of our group is like, yo, where did you go? We're, like, at the park, and we're trying to look for you, because we're trying to, go somewhere else now, and we wanted to pick you up real quick so we can go, and I was like, I mean, we're at the park, I don't know what else to tell you, like, we can get off the trail and go to the parking lot and stuff, and they were like, yeah, go do that. So we go to the parking lot, and when I'm looking at the cars, I'm like, man, them look like American plates and not, sometimes like how overseas plates are really long. And then I'm looking at the plates and I'm like, all these are Ohio plates. What is going on? I get back on the phone and tell them what's going on. And I'm like, dude, somehow we're in Ohio. Like, what do you mean? Like, Ohio is like hours upon hours of flying. Like, what do you mean you're in Ohio? And I walk towards like the river and I'm like, I'm telling you, everything around me has Ohio plates on it, and I'm looking at the river right this second, and the river that I'm looking at is one in Ohio. I know this because this is the river that I grew up next to. And I'm looking down that way, and I can see how clear the water is, and I can see the town that you guys are in. And I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, I know. I don't have answers. All I can tell you is what I'm seeing. And you're like, what? And I'm sitting there like, I don't know. We end up somehow going, I guess this is like the building that we came from out of to go to the park. I don't know. So we go back into this building area, and we're going on the elevator because we're like, well, maybe the elevator will get us back to Italy, since this is how we got to Ohio somehow. I don't know. So we do that. We go up a few floors and we come out and we're still in the building. We're like, what? Like we're supposed to, get out of the elevator, go outside, and be back in Italy, just like how we got to Ohio. And this is where it starts going kind of crazy in the dream, but also like a huge like web of things, and there was like underground like inner webs happening and all sorts of stuff. So I'm gonna try to explain this the best I can. So we end up meeting this like random dude in this building, and sorry, I had an itch. And he's like, oh, you want to get back to Italy? Well, let me tell you how to do that. He's like, when you go in the elevator, he's like, the button, he's like, you know how it has that like casing and stuff, and then you know it's got like the button in it. And I was like, okay. He's like, if you rotate that, like all the way rotate it 3 times, and he goes, and then press the button, he's like, it'll take you over and take you to Italy. I'm like, what? And so we tried it, and it worked. Then it becomes this whole like thing of, oh, we know how to get in and out of Italy, and all we need is a passport, so we don't need to pay anything else other than we know we just have to use this elevator, and we know we just have to turn it 3 times and then press it, and then we can get to Italy, and then we, you know, and then we can visit other countries from there, as long as we have, you know, a valid passport on that. And so it becomes this like whole like inner underground web thing of going over to Italy, kind of legally, kind of illegally. And then there's also this, I don't even know if you would say like demonic type thing going on of like, it was just like a random little 30 seconds of my dream where it was like, oh yeah, like every time you do this, you're like taking a piece of yourself or whatever, and like, or it's taking it out of you or something. It was taking something basically away from you every time you went to Italy and back. And yeah, that was the dream. I ended up going from Ohio to Italy. I don't know. Anyhow, if you like this video, you can leave it a like. You can sub if you want to watch more. And yeah, bye.